This is Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. We're here on PlayStation 5 Pro. The game is enhanced. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. And wow, does this make a difference for this game. Holy. Wow, you can actually see the environment and the details of your Space Marine. Wow. this looks fantastic. Hey, drill. Wow. Seriously, I am blown away visually by the upgrade here. It is quite something. So we're currently on the quality mode, which is definitely providing just that, a quality mode for sure, which is just absolutely stunning. And anyways, what are we getting here? It's dynamic 4K, like full 4K, at 30 FPS using pisser technology. That's right, we've got pisser all over this. And it looks clean and sharp and... wow, this is how this game is supposed to look. Sorry. Wow. This PlayStation 5 Pro, I tell you, it really is the real deal. It really is. Wow, you could really notice the drop in fidelity when you switch to performance, but that increase in fluidity is great. And it still looks so good. Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm just, yeah. This is like what it's supposed to look like. So for the... yeah, it's still like it's sharp and it's not blurry. You can actually see the detail of the characters and the environment. Wow. Okay. So this performance mode, what they've got here is like it's kind of like a dynamic 1440, like a tiny little window threshold there that's being upscaled to 4K, like full 4K using pisser. So the results here are kind of fantastic. Like the blurriness that you might have experienced trying to play this on your base PlayStation 5, it's gone. You can actually properly come in here and enjoy the magic of being a Space Marine and actually see what's happening in the game. Yep. That's the dream. That's the dream. So this game is a lot of fun. It is the best of, and I'm going to say straight up, the best of the 360 era of gaming, not the PlayStation side of things, because this is like basically like Gears of War. The weight, the style of it, the play of it. Obviously there was Space Marine, you know, the original, which was part of the PS3 era. But I'm just saying, as far as like Xbox 360 games went, this one was right on par with that era of gaming and that style of gaming, and it's just fantastic. It's this great adventure where you play alone or cooperatively with others online. There's also competitive online multiplayer for up to 12 players going at it across a couple different maps and game modes, which they've been adding to. There's the cross-play. Oh. This is so good. Seriously, I can't get over the fact that I can actually visibly see the creatures and the gore. This is how my experience should have been when I first played this game. That's what I'm feeling like. Wow. And the water is clear and clean, and I mean, it's filthy, but like you can actually visibly see it, and it doesn't have any shimmer effects or anything. Wow. Anyways, this game is great. It's filled to the brim with action and combat and goriness and challenge and cool, fun, engaging levels.
The orbital guns are on the other side of the swamp. Be alert.
Yeah.
Tyranids will be lying in wait.
I'm trying to decide if there's actually shimmer there in the water or not. that aside, the game does look
This must be where the swarm originated.
absolutely beautiful.
These abhorrent husks are everywhere.
Like, I am so happy with this.
Indeed.
Like, seriously, like, I don't know if you've played it on, say, the base PlayStation 5, but for me, that's the biggest thing here, is, like, coming in here and visibly being able to actually take in the environment. Obviously, quality mode is going to give you a much clearer picture, but I do like the mix of fluidity plus combative gameplay. I think it just lines up for a much better time gameplay-wise. This looks so much clearer. Seriously, like, I can't even... Can't even get over how much better this is. So it's a decently lengthy campaign, which is a lot of fun. It gets the job done. It's great if you're playing cooperatively. Never overstays its welcome. It just provides a really exciting, fun, and expansive experience for you to have alone with your AI buddies, ripping, tearing, doing all that stuff for the Emperor and all that. You know, all the glory and all that you would imagine and expect. It's got it all. Or you can actually bring a couple of your buddies together and, you know, for the Emperor, and we'd never go against the Emperor. We're not like those heretics out there, am I right? This game is great. No, I genuinely love this game. I've had so much fun playing it and enjoying what it has to offer, just like when it came out and streaming it and doing the online multiplayer has been a pleasure too. I really do have a lot of fun with the multiplayer in this. The only thing I kind of say is that the online multiplayer really could use with some more like maps and content, which again, like I said, they've been adding to that. So I'm sure it's going to continue to expand. And we already know they're basically working away at like a third one. Because this one was such a success, and I'm really hoping they take all of the elements of gameplay that they got here and they just put it into a really bumped up awesome sequel. The DualSense feels absolutely fantastic for this too. This is a great looking game. I am so genuinely happy that they like bumped this one up on the Pro. It was a very nice surprise to kind of see this one pop up here. It's a very genuinely impressive offering in terms of picture quality. It's hilarious because my mind is going like, play on quality mode, but I'm like, no, we must have the fluidity. It really is though, like the Pro side of things, it's really delivering very quickly 9-day differences. All these games that clearly like the base PlayStation 5 just could not handle are showing up as they should. It's very interesting to me. I'm basically seeing that, yeah, mid-gen refreshes are, if you want something that looks good, certainly needed for some of these games. It's very clear that the hardware is lagging behind. So anyways, I love this game. I think I mentioned that. It's got 3 great areas to it. Like I said, you got the campaign for solo, co-op play. Then you've got the online multiplayer, which is competitive. Whoa. Uh-oh. And you play across a few different maps. Like I said, kind of limited for maps, though. I do wish there was genuinely more maps. Oh, that's not good. Throwing grenades the wrong way. But then there's also another mode, which is basically these cooperative hive-type missions. So for those particular modes, you are... Oh wow, I could really use some health here. You are basically doing segments of the campaign. So while you're out here doing whatever mission you're doing, in whatever way... what a waste of that ability. In the backdrop, there's actually characters that are... Yeah, I'll take that. I mean, just a regular bolt rifle, yeah. So there's like another squad of characters that your guy actually commands. So like the beginning of a mission, like the start of a mission, in the opening cinematic, because there's like story stuff to this too. It's not just like, oh, we're ripping and tearing, destroying stuff. There's actually a narrative here. which I guess we could dive into a bit as well, but there's like the secondary squad you have, and they've been given commands too, and sometimes during the levels, you'll hear from them. And when you first play the campaign, you'll be like, what is the point of this? What is this doing? And then when you go and you unlock, or kind of, like as you progress, you unlock the missions too. You unlock these cooperative missions. You actually get to see kind of their perspective, like the other squad's perspective, and then it makes a lot more sense. So you're not necessarily like doubling up on campaign, as to say. It's not to that level, but you are getting these fun, extra cooperative kind of missions to work through, and they're pretty engaging and quite entertaining to play and experience if you are, you know, wanting more combat, gameplay, and experiences after you've already finished the campaign. So it's just like a nice extra mode. And as I was saying, if they take these concepts and they apply them to a third Space Marine that's just larger and even better and bigger than this is, I think they've got like an absolutely just perfected formula here. It's also very much, if you've played World War Z, this game feels very, very much like that at times, which is hilarious, and that's like a part we're actually going to be getting up to. That's why I show off, you know, this particular area of the game the most, is because this one is one that is very genuinely impressive, because it is one that's going to show us kind of just that zombie tech. I think they probably have a special in-house name for it. I'd love to learn what that is. But they've got this great tech that they got from World War Z, where you get these mountains of like zombies piling on top of each other, and you get a bit of a similar thing in this game, but with the creatures you're fighting. And you may think it's just this monstrous dinosaur flood parasitic-like creature thing, but there is more to this story. There are twists, there are turns, there are surprises. It's got a lot of the fun of the Warhammer 40k universe. The grim, dark future of Warhammer really comes alive, and yeah, there's a lot more to the story than kind of meets the eye. It's actually decently well done. You know, it's not gonna be like this insane emotional journey of hijinks and whatnot, but I think you will probably like it a fair bit. You'll have a good time. It's like, honestly, the best way you can experience this is just to grab a couple buddies and just like roll through the cooperative campaign. You'll have a great time, decently lengthy, you get a good night out of it together. Yeah, lots and lots of fun. It's really, really great, and genuinely such a special time playing it. And it's so nice playing it on the PlayStation 5 Pro, where it's enhanced and it looks clean. Like, that's the biggest thing for a lot of these games that have just absolutely wowed me, is the fact that the clarity, like this still, like compared to the, you know, quality mode where you can really, really see that level, the fact that it's like, you know, giving us the frame rate, giving us this thing, and yeah, it's a little slightly blurrier than it is if you're playing quality mode, right? Performance mode, that's just going to be the case. But it really is such a night and day difference that I think you will be kind of blown away by it. Like, this is one of the impressive PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced games out there. I actually really wish I had played this prior to doing my top 25 PS5 Pro enhanced games, but you know, you cover what you cover when it comes out and stuff, and yeah, it's kind of funny because I'm like, oh, okay, you know, we just did that, and then I'm coming here and I'm like, oh, do I want a chainsword? Yeah, probably. Auto bolt rifle. Kind of rocking this. I think it's supposed to have a grenade launcher attachment. Oh, yeah. Fight the Horde! Fight the Horde! I don't know, I really just, I think you can have such a fun time with this one like I have. There's just something about it that like really beckons back to like a great fun time in gaming where it was just great action, fun characters, a world that feels great. It doesn't feel like there's any sort of, like, extra thrown in thing. They have their modes, they have the gameplay, they tell the story they want to play. You like the characters. Most likely you like the characters, you like the setup of it. You'll just have a great time playing it. And there's levels of difficulty to it as well. It's not all just like a walk in the park. There's some challenge to this one too, but yeah, I think you'll kind of be blown away by it, especially if you haven't played it prior. This game is a lot of fun. Especially with like these crazy executions that you can pull off against enemies and you can just like rip and tear things. This is so excellent. Yeah, I gotta work on my block combo things again. These larger creatures, they're a little bit more menacing for your Space Marines. I also love that you really do feel like this tank. Like, I don't know if you've noticed as we moved around the screen, around the world. Like, there's the shake as you move. You are a physical, large presence. You are, like, Space Marines are pretty legendary, large, powerful, you know, fighters, warriors. Like, these are the big guys. And they give you that size a lot through the campaign where you really do feel like a tank. It feels overwhelming too because you're basically, fighting these overwhelming odds against this invading creature group, and that in itself has its own levels of danger. But there really is something that's really neat about it where you feel like a strong presence. You feel like a big mighty character where you, and even then the attitudes of your guys are just so entertaining where it's like you will rest with death and stuff like that, or they're so amped up and honored about like dying, and and they're totally cool that they're just like broing out the whole time for the Emperor's wishes. Oh, this is a strangely long loading screen. Probably has to do with the server connectivity. So it's all like integrated online stuff, right? So people can hop in and out. And yeah. I really do think you should. If I have somehow not persuaded you to play this game, please do give it a whirl. This is something you will genuinely have an absolute thrill with. At least I hope you will. And if you've been looking for an excuse to like replay it, or maybe you could jump in and do some multiplayer and stuff like that, this update really is. It's so clear. You can see all the detail and the chaos, and wow. Video games like this is fantastic. You're really squishing through the little effects there. I wish I had played through it this way the first time. It's so much cleaner, and the performance level is smooth, and the game looks like crystal clear, especially in these like smaller environments. Like the larger ones is a little bit more demanding, but you could really tell that there is that level of clarity here in this area. Wow. You know, when Pisser is working, Pisser is really delivering. I don't know where this technology came from, but I am a little disappointed that we haven't had this the whole generation, I gotta tell you. It makes the world of difference for my Warhammer 40k experience. Ah. This is so exciting. I love playing this game. It really is a lot of fun to just grab the chainsaw too. Like, I think what they do successfully, I kind of mentioned this, but it feels like a game from that time. Like, just straight up. It's like linear with good action. It's got nice set pieces, it's got good chaos, there's a neat enough story to it, it's got an interesting universe. All of the pieces come together to provide something that is mighty exciting and so just cool. It's so very cool.